abnormally large animals that are real. Throughout the history of humans on planet Earth, we have always had a common and very vicarious interest in size. Human beings do love a lot of large things, ranging from large monuments to large mansions and large sparkly rocks. Admittedly, we are not so enamored as much as we are fascinated with large animals. And even if some of us do find them interesting, they're usually admired from a distance. Therefore, here's a list of some of the world's largest species of animals. The Goliath Birdeater. Now this is a bit creepy because when we usually think of spiders, what usually comes to mind are tiny, diminutive, 8-legged creatures with beady eyes that produce spectacular webs. And generally, spiders consume flies and then are eaten by lizards and birds. But now, we introduce a freak of nature living in the Amazonian jungle. This particular spider, called the Goliath Birdeater, is in fact a tarantula. And while most people are not arachnophobic, I'm pretty sure that they will be tarantula-phobic. Living in the South American rainforest, it could weigh up to an unbelievable 6 ounces or 175 grams. Despite its designation as a bird eater, it doesn't feed on birds, but snakes, rodents, and toads. The world's tallest dog, Zeus. Zeus, whose owners described him as a very gentle giant, clinched the record for the world's tallest dog in 2013's version of the Guinness Book of World Records. When standing on his hind legs, Zeus measured a whopping 7 feet 4 inches. His owners, Denise and Kevin Dorlag, residents of Otsego, Michigan, received a lot of inquiries about whether or not their pet was a horse. Unfortunately, the gentle giant died just 3 days before his 6th birthday. The world's largest rabbit, Darius. If seen from a distance, you would probably be excused if you took this creature for a dog, though a very fat one and with a little unusual coloring. And on coming a little closer, you will then see his ears and become baffled, because this canine-sized fella who weighs an astonishing 50 pounds and is 4 feet 4 inches tall is none other than a bunny. Now don't get too surprised until you meet Jeff, his son, who, although is not fully grown, is already 3 feet 8 inches tall. The father-son duo is members of a giant rabbit species known as the continental rabbits, whose members usually reach a height of roughly 4 feet. The two cute giants go through 700 apples and 2,000 carrots every year, in addition to a bowl of rabbit food daily, which all cost Annette Edwards, their 63-year-old loving owner, close to 5,000 pounds every year. The world's largest cat, Ludo. The Maine Coons are a relatively giant breed of domestic cats. Having characteristic furry tails, they usually come in at 40 inches when measured from nose to tail. But Ludo, at 17 months, already measured a remarkable 45 inches and weighed 24.5 pounds. The Maine Coons are known for being gentle, and guess what? Ludo is no exception. He's just considerably bigger than your average cat. Also, despite his size, he eats less than other smaller felines. And though these temperate giants are very friendly, their size often constitutes a deterrent to many, because you must be very brave to want to pet a giant-sized cat. Let's face it, as cute and fluffy as he looks, having a cat's temperament means he could turn on you at any time. The world's tallest cow, Blossom. Blossom was officially recognized in the Guinness Book of World Records as the world's tallest cow just before she passed on. A Holstein cow weighs an average of 1,500 pounds, but Blossom came in at over 2,000 pounds and measured an amazing 6 feet 4 inches. She was, indeed, the biggest of them all. When it was found out that Blossom couldn't give birth to calves of her own, her owner, Patty Meads Hansen, opted to keep her on as a pet instead of sending her to be slaughtered. She later became the farm's official breeder and quickly became famous for her unique size. The world's longest snake, Medusa. The Guinness World Records title for the world's largest snake has been conferred to Madame Medusa, a python living in Kansas City, Missouri. When Medusa was measured in 2011, she had an astonishing length of 25 feet 2 inches, taking 10 men to hold her up so that she could be measured. Her typical fortnightly dinner is a 40-pound deer. In 2016, there were reports of an even lengthier snake captured in Malaysia, which measured over 26 feet and weighed over 550 pounds. But unfortunately, the snake died within 3 hours of its capture, leaving Medusa as the reigning queen. The world's largest crocodile, Lolong. So crocodiles are typically biggish, right? But Lolong is in a class all on its own. The immense-sized croc was caught in September 2011 in the Bunwang Creek located in the Philippine province of Agusan del Sur. The daunting task was carried out by a joint team comprising of residents, units from the local government, and crocodile hunters from the Palawan Wildlife Reservation Center. The crocodile was hunted over 3 weeks before he was eventually caught. It took nearly 100 people just to drag him to land, and judging from his violent protestations, he certainly didn't want to be captured. Weighing an astonishing 2,370 pounds and recorded at 20 feet 3 inches long, this monstrosity of a croc was alleged to be a man-eater. Japanese spider crab. Crabs are usually thought about in the same breath as an exquisite beachside dinner complemented with a bottle of fine French wine. Though this culinary fantasy will evaporate when you are faced with the Japanese spider crab, a perversely large species weighing an enormous 42 pounds and measuring an astounding 18 feet. This freak of nature is particularly scary. But similar to most of the world's largest animals, this large and ferocious-looking spider crab has been reported to possess a gentle personality. Shockingly, the Japanese spider crab is being hunted as food and is considered a delicacy in many Japanese regions. Its population has greatly declined, and conservation efforts are being made to protect the world's largest arthropod. All this weirdly large animal we have spoken about in this video today is unbelievable until seen physically. Now imagine having one of them as a pet. Now I wouldn't do that, but would you? Well, that's all for today's video, and I'm pretty sure you've enjoyed it. If I'm right, then make sure you drop a like, subscribe, and turn on post notifications to stay up to date for the next one. Until then, peace!